This is the Tap That Ass podcast and two brothers, and I would like to ask the question, what does it take for you, my beautiful black sisters, to want to be in a committed relationship with a man?
It's probably honesty, loyalty, and some level of stability.
And so, given those things that he just mentioned, why should a black man give you those things?
The rebuttal is that I'm a good woman. I'm kind. I have a master's degree, a bachelor's degree. I'm a nurse. I'm a doctor. I'm all these
I'm a
out
lawyer, I'm
things.
a PhD.
Right.
So those are your educations, okay? So why should he choose you with the degrees versus a woman whose culture is to be submissive to a man? Why would he choose you?
Mm. Why would he choose you?
Why would he choose you? Because when um, some females say, well, these men can't get women in the United States because they're broke and they go to these other countries to get women who can barely speak English and who are poor. Well, a man doesn't have a problem being the protector provider for a woman where he will have peace.
Right.
And there are cultures where English is their second language. A case in point, the Philippines. They speak English very well. They're very well educated. Okay? There are other countries, let's say that they don't speak English very well.
Mm-hmm.
English is not the requirement for a man to be committed into a relationship. Peace, transparency, honesty, and loyalty are, okay? The language barrier can be something that we work on,
Mm-hmm.
okay? So I asked this question in another video where I said, where can our black females go where they are wanted and desired to be in a committed relationship? Not sex,
Right.
but they desire to be in a committed relationship,
Not
not for the green card.
Yeah, not fantasy, not, hey, I have a black woman. Outside of those things, why would they choose you as an individual?
Because other cultures look at black men and they see that we are very committed and loyal to our relationships and very committed to our children as
Mm-hmm.
well. And that may not be your experience, but that is the experience that they see that they want to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
And so you, and I'm not saying you specifically, but I'm saying in general, there are a lot of females that feel like, uh, well, go ahead and be with them. And there's all of this attitude about, I'm not going to be submissive to a man. But as soon as they see him with a woman of another nationality and a race, they say, well, he's a loser, he's nothing, he's all these other things. But it's not just black men that are seeking to be with women that are not Western women. It's other nationalities. There are white men, there are French men, there are Italian men, there are Russian men that
Right.
I have seen in other countries being with women who are peaceful, honest, transparent, submissive,
Right.
and they're choosing to be with them over their own race because what their experience has been is that, you know what, they are not giving me the ultimate thing that a man wants is peace.
Right.
And peace is love to a man.
Correct.
Okay? Love to a woman is affection and attention and protection and provision.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. But if we're not experiencing peace, then it's not worth it to us. And so we would rather travel and be with a woman who is going to give us what we need.
Right.
And if we can afford to go to another country, then we can afford to protect and provide.
Right.
Okay? And not everyone can.
Right.
And sometimes there are men that are in positions where they financially can't go to another country and live there because they lack the skills and abilities to do so.
Right.
Okay, and so I encourage black men to build their skills and abilities so that they can be in the position to be able to get what they need,
Right.
not what they want, okay, but what they need, and peace. And I really would prefer for us as a race of people to be together, but we have to be better.
Right.
The black men have to be better, and the black women have to be better. And for my black females, I would say that the social media is showing you a picture that you can have it all, but there are no results of it.
Right.
And when you look at it in the totality, if you say, well, this person has it, where there's 8+ billion people in the world, so that 1, 2, 10, 100, 1,000, 100,000 people that you don't know that may be experiencing it, right? That is minute. That is 1% of the world in its totality.
Mm-hmm.
And so what Sierra may get with Russell Wilson, you don't qualify for, because Russell Wilson required Sierra to be celibate for a year.
Right.
Are you doing that?
Right.
They don't talk about that part.
Right.
They don't talk about, people talk about Sierra's prayer, but they don't talk about the fact that that Russell Wilson required that Sierra be celibate for a year. Okay? And Russell Wilson took on a woman who had a child by another man.
Correct.
Okay? There's no benefit for us to do that. None. And then for the people that listen to Steve Harvey, who's been married 4 times, who adopted a daughter who decided that she wants to live her best life with multiple partners, and you're listening to him. Okay? You're listening to him. And he's just making money off of you. Buy all of his books.
Correct.
You know? You're not waiting 90 days. And a man is absolutely not waiting 90 days for you. He doesn't have a good reason to.
Right.
So, leave your comments below. This is the Tap That Ass podcast, and I'm out.